is definitely moving the needle and getting the respect that he deserves. Him and his bench brother. I think they both stepped up this game, and trying to make a better name for themselves.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. So this was interesting what Wooded said. Tatum reminds me of Dr. J in terms of class act off the court, which makes him a great ambassador for the league. Yes, but I think the difference is Dr. J, while being a class act off the court, he couldn't have been that if he wasn't such an incredibly dynamic player on it. Like doing things that we had never seen prior to that, right? You can't say that about Tatum.
I'm an artist.
As good as he is, he's not nearly as dynamic on the floor as a Dr. J was. So I think that's one of the big differences. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us, and write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you. Gee, we're going to have some fun here. We're going to have some fun here because I'm sure you will have some interesting commentary on this. I know you are not a Tatum guy, but so we saw Ant Edwards. So, okay, let me back up. There's been this whole thing about who's going to be the next face of the league. Obviously, LeBron's on the way out. Steph's on the way out. KD's on the way out. KD was never face of the league anyway, but it's been back and forth kind of LeBron and Steph, right? I think they've kind of shared that, leaning towards LeBron. But there's been kind of the thing, all these guys are getting old. Who's the next guy? A lot of people wanted to be Ant Edwards. Ant Edwards has made it clear, like, listen, I don't have any interest in being the face of the league, blah, blah, blah. So, now you got an interesting situation based on what we're seeing for how he's played over the last 5 years, and especially in this playoff run so far. We are now seeing more of a groundswell for Jason Tatum to become the face of the league. And I know my guy Edward wants so very badly, for whatever reason, Jason Tatum to be the face of the league. Now, let me say this. Me personally, I don't care at all whether or not Jason Tatum is the face of the league. I just want him to ball out and bring me another chip. I'm more concerned on where he ends up ranking in the hierarchy of all-time great Celtics. Why? Because when you rank high in the hierarchy of all-time great Celtics, it's going to boost you up there in the hierarchy of the all-time NBA greats. Now, with all that said, Jason Tatum's now a champion, multi-time, I think 5-time Eastern Conference Finals participant. He is, let's see, I want to say first team All-NBA. I got this thing up right here. So first team All-NBA the last 3 seasons, and he'll make it again this year. He's been top 6 MVP guy in the last 3 years. He'll make that again this year. He's averaging on the regular season 27, 8, and 6. He is clearly the leader of that team on and off the floor. He's doing his thing. So a lot of people want him to be the face of the league. We're hearing, again, more of a groundswell because he's a guy who there's no drama off the court with him, no trouble. All you see him is with his kids, and then you see him go out there and ball. But he's also not a particularly aggressive guy. He's also not a guy that particularly moves the needle in terms of excitement and all that, but he just goes out there and does the work. So now the question for you, G, is try to be objective here. Do you feel like Tatum is really starting to move the needle in terms of the way people in the NBA world, media and fans, are viewing him?
Could you repeat that question one more time?
Yeah. Do you think that Tatum is starting to move the needle in terms of the NBA world, both media and fans, in terms of how he is viewed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think people such as myself are starting to look at him as a premier player, a star. I still wouldn't give him a superstar, but he's a star in the league. And um, but I mean, the face of the league, that is a reach. Like
Yeah,
back in the day, you had to earn that, man. Like nobody would say, "Oh yeah, you are now the face of the league," you know. But now I guess they do a whole lot of analytics and say that
yeah,
well, this player is, he bringing in this amount of money, and
yeah.
there's social media aspect to it. But the way I look at it is like, he's a three in the East,
Hmm.
and the East has been known for some time as having lackluster competition.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
look at the route to the finals last year compared to the West. That wasn't anything that the Celtics could control, but
Hmm.
it was
Hmm.
almost like a layup. It's like everybody got hurt, or they was
Yeah,
broken, or they was not playing,
yeah.
and y'all just walk right in,
Facts.
which gave y'all fresh legs. But if you look on the other side, the kid Ant and them, they had to, man, it was a gauntlet over there. Like
Yeah,
every game was like watching the finals. You
yeah.
know, this year I think is a little like since New York has been playing really well, Orlando was playing really well. The Cavs, right? Like the Cavs is playing really, really well. Um, I wouldn't get too caught up in the face of the league stuff though, because at
Agreed.
the end of the day, you still got to suit up and play every man. They all professionals, um, and so hopefully they come. I mean, unless we are using talent as our measuring stick for
Hmm.
face of the league. I don't know what that all entails. If it's social media presence has anything to do with that, or is it just overall stats? But
Hmm.
like man, your Celtics, man, they put together a really good team last year. I mean, you got a 7-3 guy that can shoot the ball from everywhere. I mean,
Hmm.
there's matchup problems to the average teams, man. Like the average teams in the West would have problems matching up with you guys.
Hmm.
Just because. Is Al Horford still on your team?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And he's still
Yeah, yeah,
playing
yeah.
well.
So
He 137 years old.
yeah, yeah. I mean, y'all well coached. Y'all got the personnel to do a lot of things. I think Tatum. I wouldn't say one person. Anybody on that team can give you the blues, man. Now,
Yeah.
what I do look forward to seeing is the New York Celtics series that's coming up.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait. I think that's going to be a good test for both teams. The
Yes.
first real test, I think, for both teams.
Celtics.
I mean, say it again.
Celtics in 6.
Celtics and six. You calling
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Easy work. Celtics in 6.
it?
I mean, it could be 5 if they stay
I
focused, but
mean,
I'm going in 6. Yeah.
okay, all right. But yeah, man, Tatum is definitely moving the needle as and getting the respect that he deserved. Him and his bench brother. Um, I think they both stepped up this game,
Yeah.
and trying to make a better name for themselves.
Yeah, 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 no doubt. I agree.
Yeah,
Um, so this
yeah.
was interesting what Woodage said. Tatum reminds me of Dr. J in terms of class act off the court, which makes him great ambassador for the league. Yes, but I think the difference is Dr. J, while being a class act off the court, he couldn't have been that if he wasn't such an incredibly dynamic player on it, like doing things that we had never seen prior to that, right? We can't say that about Tatum. As good as he is, he's not nearly as dynamic on the floor as a Dr. J was. So I think that's one of the big differences. Bruce says Tatum and Brandon Ingram, the same guy. Like the disrespect, like that is. So we'll move right along.
Sheesh.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
that's
man.
disrespectful. Chad B says
I
if the
mean,
Celtics win this year, they're setting themselves up to be one of the top 3 teams ever. No, absolutely not. They're not one of the top 3 Celtics teams ever if they win this year. Furthermore, one of the top 3 teams ever. And G knows me. I'm die hard. I bleed green, but I can't allow that. That's insane. No, 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 no. Can't do that. Let's see. Tatum joining the Celtics has made multiple Eastern Conference Finals, few NBA Finals, winning a title, a chance to repeat. Yeah, yeah, he has. Yeah, he has. Absolutely. I just it's just so interesting. I really don't understand why there's this push to name someone, like G said, the face of the league. Like, why this push? Whoever it is, it will organically happen. Like, I understand from the league standpoint because they see LeBron is on his last legs. No disrespect to LeBron, right? But I mean, he is 40. At some point, you have to move forward and develop that next guy. I get it. Steph is up there. KD, again, he was never that guy. But the two, biggest faces in terms of the league, these guys are all older, right? So I get it, but you have to let this thing happen and play out organically. You can't. He's trying to push my buttons. I'm gonna ignore that. You can't force it on somebody to be the face of the league, right? And Edwards probably could be it, but he doesn't want to be it, so you can't make him that. If he doesn't want to be it, you can't make him that. That's what it is at the end of the day. Um, let's see. Uh, Reason why the 80s and 90s so popular is because they had so many popular players who the NBA knew how to market. They don't have that today. True indeed, which is crazy because with social media, to G's point, it's so much easier to market players and for players to market themselves. So all you have to do is really you got to just do the math on that. And if said player who has a mega social media following can play, then that's who you put the push behind that, right? Um, yeah, Chad B, you're 100% right. But yeah, I think Jason Tatum is. I don't think that he's got the face of the league thing, but I do think that if he wins back to back chips this year, and I think that as long as he doesn't crap the bed, if they go to the finals and the Celtics win again, he's going to be finals MVP. And now you're really going to start hearing the rumbling. And again, that starts to push him. That pushes him. While I don't think he's the better player, having two championships is going to push him past Paul Pierce on that Celtics list, right? Because at the end of the day, Celtics are like the Lakers, right? Championships are what matter, rings, right? And so um, when you start when you start looking at that, you start saying, okay, now where does it all line up? Where is he in terms of the league? Where is he in terms of how people view. And so I guess at the end of the day, we got to sit back and see, you know, what is happening in terms of winning if he wins another title, and then in terms of if he wins another title, how did he play, right? Because again, I believe that if they go back to back, he's going to be the Finals MVP this year. But again, it's been one round in the playoffs so far. He averaged 31, 11, and 5, which is like he did his work. I think he had 3 35-point games in that series. So he did his work. So we're gonna see. Coach Tibbs is a monster defensively. We're gonna see what he can throw at him. Uh, the Knicks have a lot of 3-and-D guys, a lot of really good defensive wing type players. So they're gonna be able to throw a lot of different things at Tatum. But the key is now the Celtics are a team, as we know, like G said, they're well constructed and they can burn you from a lot of places, right? Al Horford can go off and give you 21 game, right? Now you're not going to expect 20 every night, but he can do that. Porzingis can give you 20, 25. Derek White, we've seen he could give you 40. Peyton Pritchard could come off the bench and go nuclear. He can give you 40, 30. Now, I don't anticipate that in a playoff game, but we know Tatum could give you 30. We know Jaylen Brown, Mr. Brown. What can Brown do for you? We know he can give you 30, right? So you got guys who can attack you from all different angles, and that makes it really tough defensively to zero in or key in on one guy. So very, very interesting. Very interesting. Man, but yeah, Tatum, I think Tatum is doing work. I love what I'm seeing from him, and he's got to continue. And I'll say this, Tatum is so valuable to the Celtics because not only is he expected to do this work, rebound and score and pass, he's also expected to defend. And a lot of star players on a lot of teams aren't expected to defend the same way when they're the guy on that team in terms of putting the ball in the bucket. Why are you shaking your head? What you got?
It's an outrage, man. This Tatum glazing session is crazy right now. I
It's
think
not.
I think I think I think I think he's not really like the best player on his team, but he
I
is a good player.
I
But
don't think
god damn, bro.
No, I don't think there's a question now that he's the best player on his team. Yeah, I don't think there's a question about that. Now, does that mean Jaylen Brown is not a beast? Jaylen Brown is a beast. But does that?
But
Yeah.
but I mean, like it goes back to the whole Brunson thing, man. Like
Mhm.
how many dominant threes are in the league right now? I mean, you won against Orlando, a good team, right? Don't get me
That's
wrong,
a
a good
top
up
10
and coming
defensive
team
team
that's
in the league.
young, huh?
That's a top 10 defensive team in the league.
Top 10 defensive team. They still young. You still need offense. Still need
Mm-hmm.
offense. Still need
Mm-hmm.
offense. And yeah, man, like I don't think they yeah, outside of winning the chip last year, I don't
Uh-huh.
really think they did enough to have their own topic. But this is your show. I don't think Tatum did enough yet.
Fair enough.
I could see Anthony Edwards having a 2-day topic because I
As you
even
should.
though he doesn't want the league to be he doesn't want to be the face of the league. It looked like the NBA is just posting him on there because of his content, right? Not
Yeah.
only is he kicking ass, he talking shit the whole time. Like I
Yeah.
haven't heard one sound bite from this dude. Not saying there's nothing wrong with being a Tim
I
Duncan,
got you.
but yeah, but how do you be the face of the league if you ain't got no smoke with nobody? You just out there pulling James Harden stats.
I agree. I agree. Right? Remember,
That's
I've
all.
always been the one with you saying that Tatum should not be the face of the league. I don't care if he is. He doesn't need to be. All he needs to do is go out there and ball and win. Like I'm
He
just
set the
talking about
bench.
is
He set
something
the bench. He should have some level of chip on his shoulder. He set the bench. Shouldn't be a
well,
nice guy out
I
here.
think we're seeing the chip, right? I think we're seeing the chip with the way he's played all year. So I mean, again, we're gonna watch this Knicks Celtics series. I think that starts tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Missoula is able to come up with, and not just Missoula, what Missoula and Sam Cassell and the rest of that coaching staff. Shout out Sam Cassell. He needs to be a head coach next year. You know what? If I'm the Nuggets, I hire Sam Cassell. Boom. There you go. Sam Cassell needs to be a head coach next year. He's so good, man. He's so good. But yeah, so we'll see what Tibbs does defensively, and then how the Celtics respond with their offense. So, all right, let's do it. Let's go ahead. Let's open up the phone line, see what we got.
Who do you think will match up against him in this
Tatum.
series?
It probably
Tatum, yeah.
start out OG Anunoby. Probably be him.
Okay.
OG Anunoby and Josh Hart. I think those are the two matchups that you know.
Yeah, we're gonna examine that. Talk about those. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Edward, what's going on, brother?
Man, this panel, man. I'm getting mad crazy right now. How mad crazy? Hey, Bruce, you know that part on Belly when the young kids they was in the basement, they was trying to get him got arrested there when he told DMX he sound mad crazy right now with all that. This how I'm acting right now when y'all talk about JT Bruce.
Oh, yes, Edward. I knew you were gonna call on this. I knew you were. What's up?
Yes,
Man?
yes, you already knew I was
I knew
Bruce.
you were.
I could have got okay. Look, let's just call it what it is,
Okay.
man. Jason Tatum game is boring to most people.
Mm-hmm.
He's boring. I mean, how can we say a guy that's 22, 23 years old, only thing he did was put out his favorite player, Jokic, and LeBron and Luka. That's all he did. But
Oh,
when
you talking
Jason
about that?
Tatum,
Okay.
when Jason Tatum
Mm-hmm.
got ever since he came to the league, he always been to the Eastern Conference. He's been in the playoffs. He's been I think he got 4 All NBA. He made NBA teams, and I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So it's this sounds mad crazy, bro. He can't beat. But hey, if anybody on that chat, man, that does sports bets, take the over on points because he shows up and shows out when he play against the Knicks.
I think
So,
everybody does, man, because playing against the Knicks that's New York City, right? That's the media market of the United States and arguably the media market of the world. So when you have that, like all eyes are gonna be on you when you're playing against the Knicks, when you're playing in Madison Square Garden. Remember, Paul Pierce used to go off in Madison Square Garden. It's one of those things. Let me ask you this, Edward, and
Bruce, your phone, you sound a little bit low. You going in and out, man.
my bad, man. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me ask you this, Edward. Can you hear me?
Man, a little bit.
Okay, all right. Pay attention. Let me ask you. When it comes to Tatum,
Yes.
why is it so important to you that he's face of the league? I've asked you this before. I don't know if I've never ever really gotten
Why?
a
Okay,
true
so you
answer.
say you asked me why is it so important?
To you.
Because I just gave you his accomplishments, his
Mm-hmm.
accolades. I
Mm-hmm.
gave you all that.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to a guy who only just put out his favorite player in the playoffs and Denver Nuggets and the Lakers. But we want to give this guy the face of the league because he has that swagger and everything. I mean, come on, man. Like, mad crazy. It's just mad crazy.
But
Mad crazy.
I think there's more to it than just being a great player. You got to have the quote unquote total package. Pause. You got to have all of that. It's not just, okay, you're a great player, or it's not just you got the swag. Like, you have to have everything in order to be that and have that position. It's one of those things. And like we were saying earlier, it's not something you can bestow on somebody. It's something that kind of has to find you because you're that guy.
Yeah, the kid 23. What are you, 23 years old?
Ant?
He's 22.
Yeah.
I think he's 22.
He's only 22? Wow. Okay.
22 years old.
Damn. I didn't
Yeah,
realize that.
that's I think that's
He's
an
24,
accomplishment for a
23.
22-year-old.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
a big
and
accomplishment
Jason
for a
Tatum had
22-year-old.
that too at 22, but apparently, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't his game doesn't stick out, man. He's like I said, man, he's just born, you know. I mean, he's born like a Tim Duncan, which is mad crazy. It's mad crazy right now.
But isn't that a
I'm
fair
losing.
analogy, though? Like, if you're boring, how can they market you the same way? Like, Tim Duncan was dominant, true indeed, but I mean, he was not exciting.
Okay, but
yeah,
Jason Tatum has the commercials. He has all that, though. I mean, what's going on here? What's going on?
So here's my thing from a basketball
Celtics is a
standpoint.
better team.
The glazing is showing. The glazing is out. I mean, hey, straight. Yeah, I'm glazing. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I can see that. But no, but Edward, no, real talk though, because for me, right, again, as a diehard Celtics fan since I was in freaking grade school, watching Jason Tatum out from a basketball standpoint, his game, the fact that he bails out the defense so often with bad threes or just settles when there's very few people in this league defensively who can stay in front of him, that's boring to me. That's annoying to me. He
Okay,
has all
Bruce,
the ability. Yeah, go ahead.
Bruce, but Bruce, Ant-Man shoot more threes than him. Look
Guess
what
what
he
though?
did against the Lakers.
I got you. But check this, right? So Jason Tatum shot 34% from three this year. I believe Ant-Man shot 43% from three this year, and he's not known as a shooter, right? So yeah, he shoots a ton of threes, but he's knocking them things down, right? Tatum, I don't know. Shot selection needs work. Regardless of any of that, man. Tatum could ball. Tatum is an elite baller in this league. He's going to be first team All NBA again.
Again.
And that's fine.
That makes it five. That's five. I'm glad you brought that up.
And that's fine, but he doesn't. No, it's 4. Is it 4? I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, is he leading his team?
Regardless,
he leading his team in points, rebounds, and assists. You do know that, right?
You don't have to tell me how great Tatum is. All I'm trying to tell you is face of the league doesn't matter. Just bring me chips. As a Celtics
I know that
fan,
doesn't matter, Bruce.
Chips.
Bruce, I know that doesn't matter to you, brother.
That's
I know
right.
it doesn't matter.
That's
hey, but it matters to me and Jay Will. You know when I sent you what Jay Will said, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. Even Stephen A's face was dropped when he told him that. I mean, come on.
Whatever.
Sounds mad crazy.
All right,
but
man.
that's all I got though, man. Hey,
No
of course, you know what I'm saying. Hey, he's gonna show up. I'm going over on points for Jason Tatum when he plays the Knicks because he always show up and show out against the Knicks.
All right, man. Well, look, man, you be you, man.
Bruce, you be you, man.
All right,
All right, brother. Water.
That's my guy, Edward. Edward hits me with stuff like daily about Tatum and why he should be the face of the league. Crazy. All right. We'll take one more call. We'll wait another minute, take one more call on this Tatum topic, and then we'll talk about Coach Pop and we'll get up out of here. But yeah, I don't think it's important at all that Tatum be the face of the league. I don't think he needs to be. I think he needs to just focus on winning as much as he possibly can, because that's where history remembers at the end of the day.
I think more people watch this show than you think, man. And I think a lot of the ideas and stuff, things we say about these players are starting to be heard, man. We told him to shut the fuck, excuse my language, shut the hell up about Kobe and just play basketball.
That's right. We sure
and
did.
If it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen, right? Like just play the game, man. Like I think it's more entertaining when you talk a little shit That's more stuff
Yes.
that ballers can kind of like.
Yeah.
Now you're bringing a different aspect of the game into it. Like you bring
Cool.
a psychological effect into it. When you start talking
Mhm.
shit to a player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that means it like it don't matter what you do after I say what I got to say, I'm gonna be here for it. But we don't really see a whole lot of that chippiness. And that takes one dynamic away from the game. You could talk a motherfucker out their game all day long. You've seen the psychological effect Mike had on everybody,
Absolutely.
everyone. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so I think that's one of those things that we used to seeing, and that's why people. Well, that's one of the reasons of many I think that people excel at over Tatum in some of these conversations.
Fair enough. Fair
To me,
enough.
I don't care.
Bruce,
I don't care. To me, I just want
I
good
don't care at
game,
all.
good basketball.
That's
We
it.
can have some FUs here and there,
Mhm.
but just don't go out like the Clippers, man. Like
Facts. Facts.
what spinal.
Spinal. Bruce, what up, man? How you doing, brother?
All right, that's what's up. Hey, man. Jason Tatum, man, Brandon Ingram, man. That's all I hear. Him and B.I. one of the same. If B.I. stay healthy, had that same green light, Tatum, it'll be the same thing. But Tatum's his stoic nature, it hurts him because he's not, how can I say, animated like an ant. Imagine if Tatum had the same energy like a Westbrook at Tatum he's so laid back.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just face of the league. Well, I can't tell. I see him on a lot of commercials, so they pushing it for him silently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's something about Tatum that's missing. I just think his personality.
Yeah.
He's not. How can I say? Exuberant.
Yes.
I don't know. Michael Jordan was exuberant either, so I don't know. I just.
Yeah,
Not according to players.
But he put up big numbers in the playoffs, though. I don't know, man. I mean, is he a pretty pause? I just think he a pretty boy, yo. He don't make no noise, yo. That's what it is, yo, Bruce.
Listen, I don't disagree with any
he
of that.
Just
Bruce.
be talking about Kobe all the time.
Well, I don't think we haven't heard that all year, so knock on that continues, right?
Oh, Kobe Glazer.
Yes.
Something's missing because why would I don't mean to go back to the Olympics. What was I'm just saying, like you got it's a timeline. Like what is it? It's they gave Jaylen Brown the Finals MVP. Do y'all think he deserved that over Tatum?
I think it could have been either one of them. I think
it could have been either way. It didn't play much at all in the Olympics. What is it that's missing that Steve Kerr didn't see? Something that wasn't that. I don't mean to go back into the Olympics. I'm just saying it was a reason Steve Kerr didn't play him. Is it because LeBron and Kevin Durant was in front of him?
That's what I think. That's what I think.
But then they played Derek White. So what that goes to say? Derek White. I think Derek White is better than Tatum overall.
I don't.
On both sides of the ball.
My argument for Derek White is definitely not. But my argument for him playing Derek White was always simple to me that Derek White is going to do all the little things and doesn't need shots. So that type of guy, you can always find room on the floor for him. He'll clean up the trash where he can, but you don't need to run anything for him. You can't say that about KD. The ball has to be in LeBron's hands. If Tatum is on the floor, you gotta run something for him. Derek White, you don't have to. And so I think, to me, that was the simplest explanation for why Derek White got more minutes than Tatum did.
So let me ask you this, Bruce: do you consider Tatum a superstar or just a star?
That's tough, man. I think I consider him
can't go from riding a pine.
Yeah, but
can't go from riding a pine in the Olympics to face of the
league. Like he just come on, man. This dude is the number 3 rated player.
Nepotism or something.
He's the number 3 rated player coming out of high school. Went to Duke, got busy, came in the league. Second year in the league, he's in the Eastern Conference Finals, booming on Bron, and he's been a starter his entire career. Like, we got to stop this whole riding the pine narrative. That's ridiculous.
Maybe it's LeBron's fault he was riding the pitch.
It was LeBron. Yeah, I think it was too. Gee, you tough on Tatum, boy. I swear.
He is. But that's okay, though.
Just logically, like, honestly, fellas, like, how do you go from riding the bench on the Olympics, international stage,
Mhm.
to being the
Yes.
face of the league. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. Because if you're the face
No,
of the
it
league,
doesn't.
then you're gonna be the face of the country.
No, that's a great point, G. And I think I love how you frame that, because that's an outstanding point. I can't even argue it. I just think there were more politics involved in that, more so than, he's riding the pine because he's a bum. I think there's a lot of politics there, but I wasn't there. I wasn't behind the scenes, so I can't say.
Hey, but check this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jay, is Ben Simmons still better than Jason?
Yo, Bruce trying to push that button, man.
Nah,
Yo,
I'm not gonna do
I
it,
go
man.
back and watch that live every now and then. That shit is so funny the way she trolled you that day, yo. You really fell for it, yo.
I did. He
He
knows
was
me.
Yeah,
mad.
hey, Jason Tatum's stoic nature hurts him. He just don't make no noise. And, well, hey,
Mm-hmm.
he's doing good off the court though. So hey,
Right.
he ain't gotta say too much.
Yeah.
You see his girl made a whole album about him. How much she love him.
Oh man.
Ella May. His wife is Ella May, the R&B singer. So I guess he ain't gotta say too much. Hey, he got the proof at home, right?
I guess so.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
The Celtics got a easy path, man, in the East, man. Ain't nobody gonna check them. It's written for them to be back.
That Celtics Cavs series is gonna be tough, man.
This is Tatum.
Good.
This is Tatum of LeBron James run. Remember LeBron ran the East for like 8 straight years. Something's ready, the same thing. I don't see nobody checking them for the next 4 or 5 years if they keep that squad together. So, hey, so we all might as well just pencil Boston in already.
Nah, man. Nah. Cleveland is not gonna roll over. That's a really, really good basketball team. But again, let's focus on.
Hey, I got Indiana knocking them off.
Wow. Okay. You on wax, Bruce.
Hey, but listen, shout out to Houston Rockets, baby. Let's go. The young boy. Hey, remember you said that about Fred VanVleet? Like he wasn't worth nothing? We said that.
No, I was responding to how he was playing at that time. And he has shown that he pulled out the championship medal and he's been balling. I got no problem saying that.
Remember I said about a month ago, Houston was going out or make it to the finals, and you talk about, no, they too young, they don't got enough.
Yeah, I still think they're too young and don't have enough.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, but now we're in game 7, right? That game is tonight, right?
Absolutely. And Canelo looked like shit yesterday. I ain't like that. All those fights this weekend was trash. All of them.
Yeah.
Rolling, the ride was trash. Devin Haney was trash. And Teofimo a little bit. All that shit was whack.
Yeah.
It was no excitement. And Canelo and Bud get ready to fight September 20th. So that's what probably get ready to happen.
Yeah.
But all right, man. I'll catch up with y'all boys.
All right, Bruce. Thanks for the call, brother.
All right.
All right. Great call from Bruce. And let's get to the last topic, and then we'll let you guys get up out of here and enjoy your Sunday, man.